I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me, still with the dolls that I grew beside.
Okay, what's up, y'all? This is gonna have to do because I really don't have that much time to be filming with the camera. So what's up, y'all? My name is Alexis Jade, and I'm here with another video. Finally getting the series up and going. Hello. So for today's video, and I'm looking at my whiteboard, we're going to be talking about how I moved from Virginia to New York. And I'm going to do this while I'm doing my makeup because I have somewhere to go, which I'm also filming. So let's do a little bit of makeup. So I moved from Virginia to actually Connecticut. I always say New York because it's the New York area. When I tell you I live so close, I can be in New York in 20 minutes. So for me, I consider myself to live in New York. The New Yorkers out there who feel like, oh girl, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear none of that. Because I'm from a small city, so moving this close to a big city got me feeling like I'm in the city. And the city I live in currently is very nice. It's Stamford, Connecticut. I didn't want to I guess tell anybody the city I lived in while I lived here because safety reasons. Like, it's some crazy people out here, y'all. So I didn't want to give out too much information. But yeah, so I moved to Stamford at the end of 2021. I was 20 years old. It's a process. So like me telling my story of how I did it versus telling y'all how to do it is two different things. So I feel like I should start with my story so y'all can have some type of context of like type of person I am, because you guys don't know anything about me. If you know, you know. My OGs from my hometown or like from my Instagram. If you know, you know, you've been here for the process. But I'm going to tell you guys how and why I did it in the first place, because the first thing you need to start off with is like knowing when, where, and why. Like, why do you want to move? Where do you want to move? And why do you want to move? Like, these are all things that you should have in mind for yourself. So my answer was, I wanted to move because I was born and raised in that city. So I just wanted to experience something different. Felt like I've been there for a long time and I've always wanted to travel the world. So I'm like, I got to take a stand. At some point, I'm going to have to leave here. So I always wanted to get my own apartment, or I had just gotten my car and I wanted to get my own apartment. So once I got my first car, I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to get my apartment. So I had gotten like a new car. It was expensive. It's like a $20,000 car. And I was fresh out of college. I had a part-time job, but like no real income. So it was expensive. It got out of hand rather quickly. So in October of 2021, I quit my job. Let me tell y'all why I quit my job. And disclaimer, do not do as I did. I do not recommend it, but luckily, you know, God is on my side and will forever, you know, take care of me. So, sorry, my nose itched. So one day I was at work and I used to be a CPA. I worked with senior citizens and they were all rich and Caucasian. And I had this client, I call him a millionaire client because he was a multimillionaire. He was about 85 years old. And he was just the sweetest guy ever. Like, we really kicked it off. That was like the oldest friend I've ever made. Where is my concealer, guys? I don't have time to play. Okay. So, we had a cool little relationship, but his wife was entitled. She was an entitled Karen. And she had been rude to me one time before. And I'm like, you get two strikes with me. That's your first time. I'm like, all right, I bet. So I let that slide because I value the relationship I had with my client. And then one day, I just couldn't take it no more. It was something going on the news, and it was about like immigration or something, people of color. It was something that I could, damn, sorry y'all, trying to do my makeup this at the same time is a lot. Okay. It was something very, like, I guess, racial going on at the moment. And she said something that was so insensitive. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, why am I here? Like, I really thought about my entire life in that one moment. I'm like, God gave me life, and I'm sitting here literally serving the privileged white folk for, what, $9 an hour? Like, what I'm gonna do with $9 an hour? Even as an entrepreneur, I'm a makeup artist. I do many different things. But even as a makeup artist, I make at least $50 an hour. So it would make more sense for me to be a full-time makeup artist than to work there. I'm like, and I can work for myself. That's not the idea I had in mind, because I don't want to be a makeup artist. It's just something I'm good at. And yeah, so in that moment, I decided I'm done tolerating the disrespect. I'm done spending my time and my life doing things I don't want to do as if I don't have a choice. When I do, I'm in control of my life. So it's like, if I want somebody to change it, I have to change. So in that moment, and it was really hard for me, but I was going back and forth. I'm like, you should leave right now. Just walk out. And something in me was telling me, just walk out. Like, you will be fine. You'll be taken care of. I didn't have no plans, no financial plans. I had a car payment and I had my phone bill, car payment, and insurance that I had to pay for. But my insurance was giving rent. I was spending rent money on my insurance. It was collectively about $800. And that was as like a 19-year-old working a part-time job for like $9 an hour. And it just wasn't financially healthy situation. So I'm just like, I gotta make a change. So I quit, and then right after that, I realized, like, okay, I need to get rid of this car, because this car is just like causing me to spend, like, pay too much money. Like, I can't really afford it. So I went to CarMax. I got a quote. They told me my car was worth, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because like, holding back the numbers, it's not gonna hurt me. Or knowing how much my car was and how much I sold it for, it's not gonna hurt me. So I sold my car for $20,000. I bought it for $20,000. So I made a clean break. I had equity in the car, so I got back what I put on the car, my down payment, and pretty much the payments I had already made on the car. So everything I invested in it, I got back. That's why I sold the car, because I'm like, if I do not sell this car right now, I would not be a smart woman. Like that, it wouldn't be smart. It would be stupid if I didn't sell this car. Quite frankly, it would be stupid. That's stupid, guys. Use your common sense.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
No, seriously. I'm like, I need to be smart. If I'm going to be the businesswoman I desire to be, if I'm going to be financially literate, I have to make smart decisions, and I have to know how to sacrifice. So I looked at it as, damn, I just got makeup in my hair. I looked at it as a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. And the quote that made me do it, right, was, if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. Hello, did you hear me though? If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. How did I decide on my location? So it's always been in me. I've always wanted to leave. I've always wanted to see and experience more than what I was raised in. And when I was originally looking for a place, I was looking somewhere closer to home. But then the universe kind of like pushed me here. I didn't think it would be possible, because I just quit my job. I don't have a car. I don't really have like stable or any income coming in at the moment. So why would I choose to move to, why would I think I could move to the most expensive place in the world? No clue. Not in the world, but like in the country. No clue. But I was on the phone. I was like going through a tough time, and I was on the phone with, I know one person who's like technically a relative that lives in this area. And they were telling me that if I wanted to move there, I could. Like if I wanted to move to the city, move to this area, I could, and they would be here. Like all the money, everything I still had to pay for on my own, but like they would be here as a support. So I was able to live with them for like a few weeks before getting my own place. So that really helped me out. And another thing is, like, when people tell y'all how to do things, they don't always tell you about, I guess, like the support or the connections that they got in between. But my whole thing is, everybody's journey is going to be different. Like the support and the connections I had to get me through the process are going to be different from you and your situation, because everybody's different. Like if you have kids, this is going to be a completely different, I guess, conversation for you, or just the price tag is going to like double, kind of. Price tag gonna go up, because, you know, I'm single, it's just me. I was looking for a 1-bedroom. I even could have lived in a studio, but the prices of a studio are ridiculous, you guys. I feel like I'm rambling. I am moving. I have to go. I gotta go. I can't be late again. I gotta go. Okay, so bitch, I can't. Where's my? This was the fluffy brush I was looking to. So yeah, when I got the opportunity, I didn't even think about it. I was like, yes, I'm going. Like instantly, yes. Immediately, yes. Immediately. So from that moment on, I decided to do what I had to do to make it happen. So I cut all my ties or wrapped up all loose ends that was back at home. So I sold my car, and I told you guys I sold my car for 20 bands, and I had equity in the car. So I had about $5,000 worth of equity, and that gave me what I needed to clear out all of my debt, guys. Oh my God, that time was so blissful in my life. I didn't have any debt for like 2 months. I cleared out all my debt, and I made a profit. So that really helped me out a lot. So when I moved here and I started working, I was just saving all my money. So one of the resources I want to talk about when it comes to getting your own apartment is do some research in the city. Like if they have programs that help you with your first month's rent and deposit and security deposit, do it, y'all. That is free money. Free money. It's free money out here, y'all. That helped me a lot. They gave me like my first 3 months of rent and my security deposit. When I tell y'all blessed, blessed. So do your research, because there are definitely programs that are out there that can help you depending on where you are. Down to your city is going to be different. So look for you can literally type in just that rental assistance or security deposit assistance or getting an apartment. Like look for things along those lines, and it will guide you to the resources available to you in your area. I highly recommend it. It's free money. And as someone that didn't have like any, like really not a lot of income, because when I came here, I was working for like $15 an hour, and that still isn't any money. But for someone that didn't have a lot of money or income, like you can definitely do it. And there are resources out there meant to help you. If I got gas before I came in, it's been, I'll be good. Never travel somewhere you've never been. That's a big one. That's a big one. Never travel somewhere you've never been. So I had came here on vacation to visit my relative, actually. 3 months prior, I had no idea I would move there 3 months later. But took my first vacation here, New York. 3 months later, I moved here. So before moving here, I had already been here. I had already know that I liked the area. Like it was really nice. I didn't think I would be able to afford it. So the universe kind of like guided me here, and I was extremely grateful. I don't ever move somewhere you've never been, y'all, because you have to look at the area. You have to see what is available to you. How do you feel when you're there? Because if you like, when I was living in Virginia, right, I looked at this place in Newport News. And if you know, you know. I looked at this place in Newport News, but it was like cheap and it looked really nice on the inside. Y'all, when I pulled up, it was like damn near an industrial warehouse. Like it was not giving at all. Like the scenery, the area. I didn't even go inside because the area around it was so bad. I was like, oh, I would never live here. That's very important. Like if you want to feel safe, if you want to feel comfortable, if you want to get your money's worth wherever you're moving, travel there first. Black is really harsh, and I usually don't go with it, but with the gloss over it, it's fire. You need to research the cost of living. What is the rental prices like? Buying prices for houses and real estate. What are the gas prices? The cost of food, the cost of electricity, taxes. What is the crime like? Because I live in a safe area, gratefully, thankfully. I can say that I live somewhere safe. But depending, like, don't just go based off the pictures, y'all, because that might not be enough. Okay, and I have to go. So do your research, and I'm gonna put a list of the things that you need to research, like right here. You need to visit, explore. So like, what type of things they have available to you? Activities? Is it stuff to do for you late night? Do they have late night spots? Like, or is it very like secluded? Is there nothing going on? Because that matters. Like, what do you want? What do you look for? Boom. That will help you decide on the best place to live. So you need to think about the cost of rent, transportation, work. You need to set a budget. And you need to have systems in place for once you actually get this apartment, you need to maintain it. So when are you paying your bills? How much are your bills? Like, how much you get paid, your income, budget, all of that strictly, guys, and stick to a system, because one thing you don't want to do is be facing an eviction. One thing you don't want to do is be behind on your bills. One thing you don't want to do is just be stressed and like overwhelmed with everything that you got to do and pay for. Okay, so those are majority of the things I wanted to talk about. This was a quick get ready with me while I told you like how I moved and all of that. I hope this was very informative. I'm very late, so I am rushing. That's why I'm talking so fast. So I gotta go because I'm also filming another vlog for you guys. So stay tuned for the next video when you're done with this, because I'm about to do a vlog. I'm going to pole class. So yeah, let's have some fun with that. Later.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dolls that I grew